You know that feeling when everything is going perfectly? You've packed your bags, caught your first flight, you're feeling good, the excitement is building, and then you look at your phone and see it. That little notification. Delayed flight. Your connection has been missed. And your heart just sinks. You're standing there in a foreign airport with no clear answers, and you start to wonder, what now? This happened to me, and trust me, it was a nightmare. So, let me take you back to that moment. I was flying from New York to Tokyo for a trip I had been planning for months. A solo adventure that was supposed to be my reset. I was dreaming of sushi, cherry blossoms, and experiencing the world in a way I'd never done before. I had a tight connection in Dubai, but I was feeling good about it. I had time, I thought. Even if the first flight was a little late, I had at least an hour to catch the next one. But then, there was a delay. Just a small one at first. Then another update came. The plane was even further delayed. My heart started racing. When I landed in Dubai, I was already certain that I'd miss my flight. I rushed to the counter, panic creeping in, asking if there was anything they could do. But the line was endless, and the gate was already closing. I couldn't believe it. There I was stuck in an airport, in a country I'd never been to, with no idea how to get back on track. Have you ever felt like you were so close to something you wanted, and then everything just crumbled? The worst part? I was on my own. I was going to have to wait for hours, maybe even days, to get rebooked. The whole trip could have been ruined. But then, just when I thought I was completely out of options, I remembered something. I had travel insurance. And not just any travel insurance, but something I had been hearing about a lot lately, Auras.insure. Look, I know what you're probably thinking. Travel insurance? Is that really a game changer? I get it. I thought the same thing before I had to use it. But in that moment, I realized it was my lifeline. I called their support team, and within minutes, I was talking to a real person who understood what I was going through. They didn't treat me like just another customer. They helped me get rebooked on a new flight for the same day. I thought it was too good to be true. But no, they made it happen. I didn't have to pay for a hotel, I didn't need to figure out how to rebook a ticket, and they made sure I got the earliest possible flight to Tokyo. All because of a plan I had bought for peace of mind. Now, I'm not saying that everyone needs to buy travel insurance, but here's what I learned. Life is unpredictable. Plans change. Flights get delayed, connections get missed, and sometimes you find yourself in a position where you have no idea what to do. That's when it's so important to have someone in your corner. Having that support was the difference between a nightmare and a smooth recovery. So, if you're planning your next trip, and you've been thinking about whether or not to get travel insurance, let me tell you, it's worth it. I'm not talking about those generic, impersonal policies that make you feel like you're reading a novel full of jargon. I'm talking about something that genuinely saved my trip when everything was falling apart. Auras.insure wasn't just a safety net. It was my lifeline. I didn't expect to need it, but I sure was glad I had it. I wouldn't have been able to salvage my trip without it, and I can't tell you how grateful I am that I had the foresight to make that simple purchase. Trust me, it's one of those better safe than sorry things. If you've got a trip coming up, I definitely recommend checking them out. It's not a gimmick, it's not some sales pitch. It's just a solid travel hack that made all the difference for me. Anyway, I hope my little story helps you think twice the next time you book your flights. Safe travels, and remember, it's always good to have a little backup when life throws a curveball. Take care, and I'll catch you in the next one.